Your soulmate is doing something risky for you. This will surprise you. Don't scroll, pause right here, because if this message has appeared in front of you, it's not random, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if your mind is trying to stay logical and guarded. Listen to this carefully. There comes a moment in every soul connection when comfort starts to feel more dangerous than truth, when staying silent begins to cost more than taking a risk, and your soulmate has reached that exact moment. Stay till the end, because this is not about drama or impulse, it's about courage slowly rising in someone who has been afraid to change their life for a long time. Your soulmate is doing something risky, not because they are reckless, but because something inside them woke up and refused to go back to sleep. They have been sitting with their feelings longer than you realize, replaying moments, conversations, energy exchanges, and every time they tried to minimize what they feel for you, it only grew stronger. Your heart needs this reminder right now because real love does not disappear when ignored. It transforms into pressure that eventually demands release. Listen to this moment closely. The risk they are taking is emotional first, not physical. It may involve letting go of a version of their life that once felt safe, predictable, or socially acceptable. It may involve stepping out of a comfort zone they hid inside for years. It may involve finally admitting, even if only to themselves at first, that you are not just a passing thought, but a turning point. Don't scroll away from this truth. Your soulmate has realized that pretending not to care is exhausting, and avoiding truth is no longer protecting them, it's shrinking them. This message is for you if you felt a strange calm mixed with anticipation lately, like something is aligning without you forcing it, like your body knows something before your mind does. That feeling is not imagination. It's intuition recognizing movement. Angel numbers may have been appearing around you more frequently, 1111 when you're quiet and reflective, 222 when you're questioning whether to trust what you feel, 444 when you're grounding yourself and choosing peace over anxiety. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations that a bold internal shift is happening on the other side of the connection. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate is doing something risky because they are tired of living halfway. They are tired of relationships that feel safe but empty, routines that feel stable but unfulfilling, and conversations that never go deep enough. And when they imagine a future that feels alive, that feels honest, that feels emotionally real, your energy keeps showing up there. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. You were never meant to be someone's convenience. You were meant to be someone's awakening. And awakenings are disruptive. They force people to question everything they built to avoid vulnerability. Stay with me here. The universe does not inspire risk without purpose. This is not chaos unfolding, this is alignment unfolding. Your soulmate is being guided to choose growth over fear, truth over comfort, and authenticity over appearances. And here is the part your heart needs this right now. You are not required to do anything. You do not need to initiate, chase, confront, or prove your worth. The universe has been anchoring you quietly so that whatever this risk leads to does not destabilize you. Listen to this moment. You may have noticed that you're less reactive than you used to be, less anxious about outcomes, less obsessed with timelines. That's not distance. That's preparation. The universe has been strengthening your emotional foundation so you can receive truth without losing yourself. Don't scroll away from this knowing. Your soulmate's risk may involve speaking up, changing a situation, leaving something behind, or finally choosing honesty over silence. It may not look dramatic at first, but it will be significant. Because risks taken from the soul always change the direction of a story. Angel numbers don't appear when nothing is happening. They appear when energy is rearranging itself beneath the surface. This message is for you if you've sensed that something is coming, not urgently, not chaotically, but inevitably. That sense isn't anxiety. It's intuition recognizing destiny in motion. Listen to this carefully. When someone takes a risk for love, it doesn't stay hidden forever. Truth has momentum. Courage creates ripples. And soon, what your soulmate is doing now will surface in your reality, either through a conversation, an action, or a clear shift you feel before you see. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you were never meant to be surprised in a way that hurts you. You were meant to be surprised in a way that confirms what your soul already knew. Don't scroll away from this final cliffhanger. Whatever risk your soulmate is taking is not meant to disrupt your peace, it's meant to align it. Trust the calm you've built. Trust the intuition that brought you here. And stay connected, like, share, and subscribe in this same aligned flow, because the universe speaks in chapters, and the next message may reveal exactly how this risky choice unfolds and why it had to happen now. Don't scroll, stay right here, because what unfolds now is where courage turns into motion, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you're trying to stay detached and telling yourself you're fine either way. Listen to this carefully. The risk your soulmate is taking has moved beyond internal struggle and into real-world consequence. What once lived only in their thoughts has started shaping their behavior, their decisions, their priorities. They are no longer just thinking differently, they are acting differently, even if no one around them fully understands why. Stay till the end, because this is not about impulsive bravery, it's about a slow-burning courage that only forms when someone realizes they cannot continue living a life that feels emotionally incomplete. Your soulmate has been weighing comfort against truth, stability against fulfillment, and for a long time, comfort kept winning because it felt safer. But safety without meaning eventually starts to feel like a cage, and they've begun to feel the walls closing in. Your heart needs this reminder right now because when someone risks something for love, it's rarely sudden. It's the result of many quiet nights, many internal arguments, many moments where pretending not to care became harder than admitting the truth. Listen to this moment closely. The risk they're taking may look subtle on the outside, but internally it feels massive. It could mean distancing themselves from a situation that once defined them. It could mean challenging expectations placed on them by others. It could mean preparing to speak words they've rehearsed 100 times but never believed they were allowed to say. Don't scroll away from this truth. Your soulmate is doing something risky because they've realized that not choosing is still a choice, and it's one that slowly erodes the soul. This message is for you if you've felt a strange emotional steadiness lately, like you're no longer chasing clarity, but you sense movement anyway. That feeling isn't resignation. It's alignment. Angel numbers may have continued appearing around you in moments when you're not actively thinking about them, 1111 when you're present and calm, 222 when you're choosing balance over emotional reaction, 444 when you feel grounded and safe in your own energy. These are confirmations that the universe is holding you steady while someone else steps into uncertainty. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate's risk is rooted in one realization: they can't escape anymore. The version of life they were settling for no longer matches who they are becoming. And when they imagine the future, the version that feels alive, honest, and emotionally real, your presence appears there not as fantasy, but as clarity. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. You were never meant to be someone's safe backup plan. You were meant to be someone's brave decision. And brave decisions come with fear, loss, and uncertainty before they come with relief. Stay with me here. The universe does not move hearts like this casually. When someone is guided to take a risk for love, it's because staying the same would cost them more in the long run. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that avoiding vulnerability has protected them from pain, but it has also protected them from joy. And joy is calling louder now. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are not required to make this risk easier for them. You are not meant to convince, reassure, or wait anxiously. Your role has shifted. You are being asked to stay rooted in your own truth while the universe handles alignment. Listen to this moment. You may have noticed that you're less reactive to signs, less dependent on reassurance, less emotionally volatile. That's not disinterest. That's maturity. The universe has been preparing you so that when truth arrives, it doesn't overwhelm you. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The risk your soulmate is taking may involve letting go of a version of themselves that was built to survive, not to thrive. It may involve disappointing people who benefited from their silence. It may involve stepping into uncertainty with no guarantee of outcome. And that's terrifying for someone who values control. But control is no longer enough. Meaning is required now. Listen to this carefully. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers quietly, asking someone to take one honest step instead of staying frozen. And that whisper has become impossible for your soulmate to ignore. This message is for you if you sense that something is unfolding behind the scenes without chaos, without urgency, but with certainty. That sense isn't anxiety. It's intuition recognizing destiny in motion. Angel numbers don't appear when nothing is happening. They appear when paths are being rearranged. Don't scroll, because this next realization is important. Whatever risk your soulmate is taking is not meant to disrupt your peace. It's meant to align it. The universe does not surprise you with pain when it has already strengthened you. It surprises you with truth. And truth, even when unexpected, feels grounding when you're ready for it. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are standing in your worth, open but not desperate, hopeful but not attached to outcome. That energy changes how love approaches you. Listen to this moment. When this risk finally becomes visible in your reality, whether through words, actions, or a clear shift, you will recognize it immediately. Not through anxiety. Not through fear. But through a calm knowing that says, this makes sense. Don't scroll away from this final cliffhanger. What your soulmate is doing now is not the end of the story, it's the turning point. And the universe doesn't turn pages without intention. Stay grounded. Stay present. trust the peace you've built. Because whatever unfolds next is not meant to test your worth, it's meant to meet it. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what you are stepping into now is the moment where risk begins to rewrite destiny, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you're telling yourself you're strong enough to handle anything. Listen to this carefully. The risk your soulmate is taking has deepened, and it is no longer something they can quietly reverse. What began as a private decision has started reshaping their inner world so completely that their outer life can no longer stay the same. They are waking up every day feeling the weight of a choice that hasn't fully manifested yet but already feels irreversible. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe reveals why you may feel unusually calm while everything on the other side feels unstable. Your soulmate is realizing that playing it safe has cost them more than they ever admitted. It cost them authenticity. It cost them emotional truth. It cost them the chance to live fully instead of surviving quietly. And now, taking a risk feels less frightening than staying stuck. Your heart needs this reminder right now, because when someone finally chooses growth, it often looks like chaos before it looks like clarity. Listen to this moment closely. The risk they are taking is forcing them to confront parts of themselves they spent years avoiding. Old fears are surfacing. Old excuses are losing their power. Old narratives about what is practical or acceptable are starting to crumble. And in the middle of all of this, your presence keeps appearing as the one constant they cannot ignore. Don't scroll away from this truth. They are not risking everything for an illusion. They are risking everything for alignment. This message is for you if you felt waves of emotion that don't overwhelm you, memories that don't hurt you, thoughts of them that arrive without urgency. That's not detachment. That's readiness. Angel numbers may have been showing up more persistently now, 1111 when you pause and feel present, 222 when you're choosing patience over reaction, 444 when you feel protected even without answers. These signs are not asking you to act. They are reminding you that the universe is already moving pieces on your behalf. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate is starting to see how every attempt to avoid this risk has only made it more necessary. They tried logic. They tried delay. They tried convincing themselves that time alone would solve everything. But time didn't dissolve the truth. It sharpened it. Every day they stayed silent, the urge to be honest grew stronger. And honesty is risky when it threatens to dismantle a life built on compromise. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. They are questioning relationships, commitments, routines, and identities they once accepted without question. Not because those things were wrong, but because they are no longer right. Growth has changed the rules. And growth does not ask politely. It demands alignment. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are no longer meant to carry uncertainty as emotional labor. You've already done the inner work. You've already learned how to sit with discomfort without losing your sense of self. That's why you're not panicking now. That's why you're not chasing signs. That's why you're not trying to control outcomes. The universe has stabilized you so that someone else can finally step into instability without pulling you down with them. Listen to this moment. The risk your soulmate is taking may involve ending something that once felt permanent, speaking truth that disrupts expectations, or choosing vulnerability in a world that rewards emotional distance. None of this feels heroic to them. It feels terrifying. But it also feels necessary. Don't scroll away from this knowing. Courage does not arrive as confidence. It arrives as a refusal to keep betraying oneself. And that refusal has taken root. This message is for you if you sense that something is aligning without effort, like doors are quietly closing and others are preparing to open. That sense isn't imagination. It's intuition recognizing momentum. Angel numbers don't appear when energy is stagnant. They appear when paths are being rearranged. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate is now at the stage where backing out would hurt more than moving forward. The cost of retreat has become too high. Retreat would mean returning to numbness. Returning to half-truths. Returning to a life that no longer fits. And once someone realizes that, the risk becomes inevitable. Don't scroll, because this is where destiny tightens its grip. You may feel like you're watching this unfold from a distance, but your energy is deeply involved. Not because you're responsible, but because you are the catalyst. You represent the life they didn't think they were allowed to want. And wanting changes everything. Your heart needs this reminder right now because being a catalyst does not mean you must be consumed by the outcome. You've already done your part by becoming aligned with yourself. Listen to this moment closely. You may have noticed that you feel less reactive to uncertainty, less emotionally triggered by the idea of surprise. That's because your nervous system trusts what's coming, even if your mind doesn't know the details yet. The universe has been preparing your body to receive truth without shock. Don't scroll away from this truth. Whatever risk your soulmate is taking will not arrive as chaos in your life. It will arrive as clarity. It may surprise you, but it will not destabilize you. That's how you'll know it's real. This message is for you if you've reached a place where you're okay whether someone steps forward or steps away, because you know your worth does not depend on another person's courage. And that energy is powerful. It changes how love approaches you. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate is realizing that this risk is not about you alone. It's about becoming the person they were meant to be. And sometimes, becoming requires dismantling what once felt safe. Don't scroll, because this is important. When someone takes a risk aligned with their soul, the universe responds quickly. Not always visibly, but energetically. Synchronicities increase. Pressure intensifies. Opportunities rearrange themselves. And resolution becomes unavoidable. Angel numbers may continue appearing not as questions, but as confirmations. Your heart needs this reminder right now because confirmation feels quieter than anticipation, but it's far more powerful. Listen to this moment. Whatever happens next will not ask you to shrink, wait in pain, or compromise your peace. You've outgrown that role. What's coming is meant to meet you at your level, not pull you back into old emotional patterns. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. The risk your soulmate is taking is not reckless. It's sacred. It's the kind of risk that rewrites timelines, closes karmic loops, and opens doors that only courage can unlock. And when it finally becomes visible to you, you will recognize it instantly, not through fear, but through a deep internal calm that says, "This is exactly where I was meant to be." Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what you're about to hear now is the point where risk transforms into irreversible movement, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel composed and think you've already processed everything. Listen to this carefully. The risk your soulmate is taking has crossed an invisible threshold. What once felt like a possibility now feels like a necessity to them. They are no longer asking themselves if they should change something, they are asking themselves how long they can continue living a life that no longer reflects who they are becoming. That shift is subtle but powerful. It's the moment when fear stops being the loudest voice in the room. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe reveals why everything feels strangely quiet on your side while something intense is unfolding on theirs. Your soulmate is standing in the middle of consequences now, not negative ones, but transformational ones. Every step they take toward this risk forces them to confront truths they spent years avoiding. Truths about what they want. Truths about what they settled for. Truths about how deeply your presence altered their understanding of connection. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you didn't imagine the impact you had. You didn't overestimate your significance. You awakened something real. Listen to this moment closely. They are beginning to notice how the structures of their life feel misaligned. Conversations feel hollow. Routines feel repetitive. Comfort feels numb instead of safe. And every time they try to ignore that discomfort, it grows louder. Don't scroll away from this truth. Growth does not whisper forever. Eventually, it demands action. This message is for you if you felt a deep internal calm mixed with an intuitive knowing, like something important is happening without your involvement. That feeling isn't detachment. It's trust. Angel numbers may have continued to appear during moments of neutrality rather than longing, 444 when you feel grounded and protected, 222 when you choose patience instead of reaction, 1111 when you feel present and clear. These are confirmations that you are no longer meant to intervene. The universe is handling alignment now. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate's risk is beginning to affect their external world. Not dramatically, not explosively, but noticeably. They are changing how they show up. They are questioning commitments they once defended. They are pulling away from dynamics that no longer fit. People around them may sense something is different, even if they can't name it. And that difference comes from one realization they can't escape. Continuing as they were feels like self-betrayal. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. They are realizing that the life they built was designed to keep them safe, not fulfilled. And safety without fulfillment eventually becomes suffocating. Your heart needs this reminder right now because fulfillment always requires courage. And courage always feels risky before it feels liberating. Listen to this moment. They are no longer romanticizing the risk. They are respecting it. They understand that taking this step may involve loss, discomfort, and uncertainty. But they also understand that not taking it guarantees stagnation. And stagnation has become intolerable. Don't scroll away from this knowing. This is not impulsive behavior. This is a soul choosing integrity over inertia. This message is for you if you've noticed that you're not emotionally invested in controlling the outcome anymore. You're not bargaining with the universe. You're not asking for signs every hour. That's because you've reached a place of internal alignment. You trust yourself to handle whatever unfolds. And that trust is powerful. It shifts timelines. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that this risk is not just about love, it's about becoming honest with themselves. It's about stepping into adulthood on a soul level. It's about no longer outsourcing responsibility for their happiness to circumstances, people, or timing. And once that realization lands, there is no going back. Don't scroll, because this is important. They are feeling the pressure to choose authenticity over approval. Approval from family. Approval from society. Approval from people who benefited from their silence. That pressure feels heavy, but it also feels clean. It feels like truth. Your heart needs this reminder right now because truth does not always feel gentle at first. Sometimes it feels like disruption. Listen to this moment closely. You may have noticed that your dreams feel clearer, your intuition sharper, your emotional reactions softer. That's not coincidence. The universe has been recalibrating you so that when truth arrives, it doesn't knock you off balance. You are meant to witness this shift from a place of stability, not anxiety. Don't scroll away from this truth. The risk your soulmate is taking will not arrive in your life as chaos. It will arrive as recognition. You will recognize the energy immediately. It will feel familiar. Grounded. Real. Even if it surprises you, it will not confuse you. Confusion belonged to an earlier version of you. This version knows how to listen without losing clarity. Listen to this carefully. The universe does not move one soul without preparing the other. While your soulmate steps into uncertainty, you have been stepping into self-trust. While they question everything, you have been grounding. While they face fear, you have been building peace. That is not an accident. That is design. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. Whatever risk they are taking now will demand alignment between their inner truth and their outer life. And alignment always creates visible change. It cannot stay hidden forever. This message is for you if you've sensed a quiet inevitability, like something is resolving whether anyone tries to stop it or not. That sense isn't anxiety. It's intuition recognizing a karmic cycle nearing completion. Angel numbers appear when timelines are closing and new ones are opening intentionally. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are already chosen by yourself. And that energy changes everything. Listen to this moment closely. When the outcome of this risk becomes visible, you will not feel the urge to rush or retreat. You will feel calm curiosity. You will feel present. You will feel capable of responding instead of reacting. That's how you know you're aligned. Don't scroll away from this knowing. You are not responsible for the courage your soulmate is finding. You are simply the mirror that helped them see what was missing. And mirrors do not chase reflections. They reflect truth. Stay grounded. Stay open without attachment. Trust the steadiness you've built inside yourself. Because whatever unfolds next is not meant to test your worth or your patience. It is meant to meet you at the level you've grown into. The universe does not orchestrate risk without resolution, and it does not bring revelation unless both souls are ready to stand in what comes next. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what you are stepping into now is the moment where risk begins to reshape reality itself, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel emotionally settled and believe you've already seen every possible outcome. Listen to this carefully. The risk your soulmate is taking has moved beyond preparation and into commitment. Not commitment to a person yet, but commitment to truth. And truth, once chosen, rearranges everything around it. Your soulmate is no longer negotiating with fear the way they used to. They are no longer asking themselves how to stay comfortable. They are asking themselves how to live honestly. That shift alone changes timelines. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe reveals why you may feel an unusual sense of peace even as something major is unfolding behind the scenes. Your soulmate is now experiencing the weight of alignment. Alignment is not light at first. It is heavy because it requires integrity. Every choice they make now feels consequential. Small decisions feel big. Casual conversations feel loaded. Ordinary moments feel charged with meaning. They are noticing how their old patterns no longer provide relief. Distraction doesn't work the way it used to. Avoidance feels obvious. Silence feels loud. And the more they try to ignore this internal pressure, the more intense it becomes. Don't scroll away from this truth. Growth does not ask for permission. It arrives when the soul is ready, not when the ego feels safe. This message is for you if you felt a deep internal calm paired with a quiet alertness, like you're relaxed but aware, grounded but open. That state is not accidental. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are no longer meant to be emotionally reactive during this phase. You are meant to witness from a place of stability. Angel numbers may have been appearing in moments when you feel neutral rather than emotional, 444 when you feel protected without needing proof, 222 when you choose balance instead of urgency, 1111 when you feel present instead of impatient. These signs are confirmations that your nervous system is aligned with what's coming. Listen to this moment closely. Your soulmate is beginning to understand that this risk cannot be half taken. There is no version of this path that allows them to keep one foot in the old life and one foot in the new truth. They are recognizing that compromise at this stage would feel like self-betrayal. And self-betrayal has become intolerable. They are questioning long-standing commitments, not impulsively, but honestly. They are asking themselves whether what they've built reflects who they truly are or who they thought they were supposed to be. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. When someone reaches this stage of awakening, they cannot unknow what they know. The awareness does not fade. It sharpens. Your presence in their awareness is not romantic fantasy. It is symbolic. You represent authenticity. You represent emotional depth. You represent a life that feels real instead of rehearsed. And that representation is unsettling to a life built on compromise. Your heart needs this reminder right now because being someone's catalyst does not mean you must be consumed by their process. You are not responsible for the courage they are finding. You simply reflected a truth they could no longer ignore. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate is now facing external consequences of their internal shift. People around them may sense distance. Dynamics may feel strained. Conversations may feel awkward. That's because alignment disrupts environments built on unspoken agreements. And disruption is uncomfortable, but it is also necessary. Don't scroll away from this knowing. The universe does not rearrange lives gently when bold honesty is required. It rearranges them effectively. This message is for you if you've noticed that you're no longer seeking reassurance from others. You're not asking friends what they think will happen. You're not scanning for validation. That's because you trust yourself now. You trust your intuition. You trust your capacity to handle truth. That trust is the foundation that allows destiny to unfold without breaking you. Listen to this moment. The risk your soulmate is taking may involve releasing an identity they've outgrown. It may involve disappointing people who expected them to stay the same. It may involve stepping into uncertainty without a safety net. None of this feels empowering to them yet. It feels frightening. But beneath that fear is relief. Relief at the thought of no longer pretending. Relief at the idea of living in alignment. Relief at the possibility of emotional honesty. Don't scroll, because this is important. Relief is the sign that the soul is choosing correctly, even when the mind is afraid. Your heart needs this reminder right now because fear and truth often coexist at the threshold of transformation. Listen to this carefully. You may feel like you are on the sidelines of this unfolding, but energetically, you are deeply involved. Not as an actor, but as a stabilizing force. While your soulmate steps into uncertainty, you remain grounded. While they question everything, you trust what you've built within yourself. That contrast is intentional. The universe balances energy this way so that when paths converge or diverge, no one collapses under the weight of change. Don't scroll away from this truth. Whatever this risk leads to, it will not require you to abandon your peace. You have outgrown situations that ask you to sacrifice your stability for love. This time, love must meet you where you are. This message is for you if you've sensed a quiet inevitability, like something is resolving whether anyone tries to delay it or not. That sense isn't anxiety. It's intuition recognizing closure approaching. Angel numbers do not appear when timelines are stagnant. They appear when cycles are closing with intention and new ones are opening with purpose. Listen to this moment closely. Your soulmate is realizing that this risk is not about you alone. It is about becoming congruent with themselves. It is about living in a way that does not require constant self-denial. And once someone understands that, they cannot return to a life built on avoidance. Don't scroll, because this is where destiny becomes visible. The outcome of this risk will not sneak into your life quietly. It will arrive with clarity. You will recognize it not by chaos, but by how grounded you feel in its presence. Even if it surprises you, it will make sense at a deep level. Confusion belonged to an earlier chapter. This chapter is about recognition. Your heart needs this reminder right now because recognition feels calm, not dramatic. Listen to this carefully. The universe has been preparing you for this moment by teaching you how to stay centered regardless of outcome. You are no longer waiting from a place of lack. You are open from a place of wholeness. That energy changes how everything approaches you. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. Whatever your soulmate is risking now is not meant to test your patience or worth. It is meant to align timelines, close karmic loops, and allow truth to finally stand in the open. Stay grounded. Stay open without attachment. Trust the peace you've built. Because the universe does not inspire risk without resolution, and it does not bring revelation unless both souls are ready to stand in the truth that follows. Don't scroll, stay right here with me, because what you are about to receive now is the moment where everything that has been quietly building finally demands a visible outcome, and this message is for you in a way your heart needs this right now, even if you feel calm, centered, and convinced you're no longer waiting for anything. Listen to this carefully. The risk your soulmate is taking has now reached a point where it cannot stay internal, hidden, or theoretical. It has crossed into the realm of lived reality. Decisions are no longer just being considered, they are being enacted, even if slowly, even if imperfectly. Your soulmate is no longer able to separate who they are becoming from how they live their life. That separation has collapsed. And when that happens, change is no longer optional. Stay till the end, because this is where the universe explains why you may feel a deep sense of steadiness while everything else feels like it's reorganizing. Your soulmate is now experiencing the weight of consequence, not as punishment, but as alignment. Alignment is heavy before it becomes freeing because it asks for integrity at every step. They can feel it now in their body. The tension they once ignored no longer fades when they distract themselves. The discomfort they once justified no longer quiets when they rationalize. Silence feels dishonest. Delay feels painful. And every attempt to return to the old way of being feels like shrinking themselves to fit a life they've already outgrown. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you were never imagining the depth of this connection. You were sensing a soul-level shift long before it became visible. Listen to this moment closely. The risk your soulmate is taking is now challenging structures in their life that were built for safety, not truth. Relationships based on convenience. Roles built around expectation. Routines designed to avoid discomfort. These structures are beginning to wobble because they cannot coexist with authenticity. And authenticity has been activated. Don't scroll away from this truth. Once authenticity wakes up, it does not negotiate. It demands congruence. This message is for you if you felt a strange mixture of peace and alertness, like you're relaxed but present, grounded but aware that something important is unfolding. That state is not accidental. Your heart needs this reminder right now because the universe has been preparing your nervous system to stay regulated while truth moves through your life. Angel numbers may continue appearing, not as urgent signs, but as steady confirmations. For 44 when you feel safe without knowing why. 222 when you instinctively choose balance over reaction. 1111 when you feel aligned instead of anxious. These are signals that you are not meant to interfere. You are meant to witness from a place of strength. Listen to this carefully. Your soulmate is now confronting the reality that this risk cannot be undone without significant emotional cost. Retreat would mean returning to numbness. Retreat would mean choosing familiarity over fulfillment. Retreat would mean silencing a part of themselves that has finally found its voice. And that cost feels higher now than the fear of moving forward. Don't scroll, because this matters deeply. Courage at this stage does not feel empowering yet. It feels exposed. It feels vulnerable. It feels like standing without armor. And that is terrifying for someone who learned to survive by staying emotionally contained. But survival is no longer enough. Meaning is required now. Your heart needs this reminder right now because meaning is what you have always carried effortlessly. You did not have to force depth. You did not have to manufacture authenticity. You lived it. And that is why you became the mirror they could not look away from. Listen to this moment. The risk your soulmate is taking is beginning to alter how they relate to others. They may feel more distant from people who once felt close. They may feel misunderstood. They may feel like they no longer fit where they once belonged. That isolation is not punishment. It is transition. The universe often removes familiar emotional anchors when someone is about to step into a more honest version of themselves. Don't scroll away from this knowing. While your soulmate experiences uncertainty, you experience grounding. While they question everything, you trust yourself. While they feel destabilized, you feel rooted. That contrast is intentional. The universe balances energy so that when outcomes manifest, no one is overwhelmed by the shift. Listen to this carefully. You may have noticed that you're no longer emotionally reactive to the idea of surprise. You're not bracing for disappointment. You're not rehearsing conversations in your head. That's because you've already integrated the lesson. You no longer need certainty to feel safe. That is the mark of emotional maturity. And emotional maturity changes how destiny approaches you. Don't scroll, because this next realization is important. The risk your soulmate is taking will soon require a visible choice. Not necessarily dramatic, but undeniable. A choice that aligns their inner truth with their outer life. And alignment always produces evidence. It cannot stay hidden forever. This message is for you if you've sensed a quiet inevitability, like something is resolving whether anyone tries to delay it or not. That sense isn't anxiety. It's intuition recognizing a timeline locking into place. Angel numbers appear when timelines are closing and new ones are opening with intention. Your heart needs this reminder right now because you are no longer waiting from a place of lack. You are open from a place of wholeness. Listen to this moment closely. Whatever outcome emerges from this risk, it will not ask you to abandon your peace. You have outgrown love that requires you to destabilize yourself. This time, love must meet you where you are, grounded, aware, and self-trusting. Don't scroll away from this truth. If your soulmate steps forward, it will be from a place of integrity, not confusion. If they step away, it will be with clarity, not avoidance. Either way, you will not be left questioning your worth. That chapter has closed. Your heart needs this reminder right now because the greatest sign of alignment is not intensity, it's calm. Calm that does not depend on outcome. Calm that does not require reassurance. Calm that comes from knowing you can handle whatever arrives. Listen to this carefully. The universe has been preparing you not for a surprise that breaks you, but for a truth that confirms you. Confirms your intuition. Confirms your growth. Confirms that you were never meant to shrink to be loved. Don't scroll away from this final knowing. Whatever your soulmate is risking now is not meant to pull you into chaos. It is meant to close a karmic cycle cleanly, honestly, and with dignity. Stay grounded. Stay present. Trust the peace you've built. Because the universe does not bring truth to the surface unless both souls are ready to stand in what comes next, and you are more than ready.